What's up, guys? I'm randomfrankp, back with episode 278 of Room Tour Project, the series we show off some of the best setups to give you some ideas and inspiration for your own setup. I like to keep you guys on your toes with when these episodes are gonna drop, but still, always a good time for those trying to find that inspiration to improve your setup. If you see anything you like today, I'm gonna have that listed for you in the description down below so you can check it out. But we'll kick it off, episode 278. Now, first up, we have Edward with the dual monitor setup stacked on top of each other with some really nice symmetry going on. I'm loving the way the setup is laid out, the prints above the wall, the light panels behind the monitors. Again, very symmetrical, which is just gonna be much more visually appealing to the eye. So checking it out, this all black and white setup is highlighted by those two displays, with his primary monitor being a ViewSonic 27-inch, 2K resolution, 180 Hz, with that overhead being a 29-inch ultra-wide from LG. And by the way, those little panels behind the monitors, those aren't Nanoleaf or Cola lights, those are very budget-friendly Anko RGB light panels, and they accomplish the same thing all at the same time. Checking out the peripherals, again going all white here, which isn't an easy task to pull off, but he found all the hardware to easily and efficiently do it with the Razer Black Widow V4 75% keyboard and the Logitech MX Master 3S mouse as his productivity mouse. He did say he also uses the Razer Viper Ultimate as a gaming mouse. You can see that docked up in the back, along with his controllers there. And for audio, those speakers are the Logitech Z200 with the Google Nest Hub right there in the center. But the peripherals don't end there, because he also has his headphones, the Microsoft Surface headphones 2, mounted off the side of his desk with the Elgato Stream Deck 2 there as well. Again, very neat and organized. Also has some extra keyboards up on the wall, up on the shelves as well. Also all white. So you already know his PC is gonna be following the same suit here. With the NZXT H510 case, inside is an Intel i5 11400 with the Dark Flash 120 AIO, 64 gigs of Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro RAM on an NZXT N7 Z590 with a Zotac RTX 3060 GPU. So a nice clean shot here at the internals, fits in nicely on the desk, and all in all, as a gaming setup, right? This is the best of both worlds, because he has the dual monitor screen real estate with the console and PC setup. Like, it's all there. The PC got the Switch right in front of it with the Xbox, the PS5. He can just come here, kick back, and zone out, chill, game all day. Really digging this one from Edward. And real quick, again, spot the PS5. I am giving away a PS5 Pro. That's gonna be a giveaway over on my Whatnot stream, so definitely come by and hang out if you wanna win one of those for free. That's in about 2 weeks from now, so it's gonna be a big show. You can also get $15 when you sign up, so good luck, have fun, hopefully we'll see you there. Now we've got Lij Pilchard. I may be butchering that name, I apologize. And when I first saw this, I was like, oh, this is a render. You almost got me. But then I was checking it out, and this is actually a legit real setup that looks so good that it could be confused as a render. It's so warm and cozy, minimal, and it has all those earthy tones that just, it sucks you in. I really, really love this. So this entire setup is powered by his 15-inch M3 MacBook Air, right front and center, hooked up to an LG 34-inch ultra-wide. It's the 34WQ500 model, with a monitor light bar right up top to add to the 3 total lamps going on the desk now. Also gonna help give the whole setup that nice warm glow. And like I said before, with those earthy tones, I love that deep, rich wooden desktop, which also goes along nicely with the monitor wallpaper, the green palm leaves, and there's even some like fake ivy going on in the setup as well, which ties it all together. For his peripherals, he has the Keychron K14 with the Logitech MX Anywhere 2S mouse on a nice gray felt desk pad, AirPods off to the corner, so all wireless, no cables really anywhere to be seen, so clean. This is visually stunning. It's not the most extravagant in terms of all the RGB and 100 different gadgets, right? But at the same time, this is equally as nice to me because it is so just relaxing and cozy. It's pulled off really, really nicely. A great setup in the bedroom. Killer job here. Lij or Lij. I feel bad for butchering your name because you did a great job with this setup. Now we've got Danny from Danny's Visuals, another killer one here. We are 3 for 3 to start it off. These pictures are so clean looking, it's no wonder he's a photographer. And this is another great use of symmetry because again, with those little wooden blocks that he has on each side of that overhead TV, it does help just make it all more cohesive, right? They're nicely aligned, it's all balanced. A very little detail, but it does a lot here. Also ties in with the wood with his wrist rest, his monitor riser, the PC accents. So let's dive in. For the third setup in a row, we have an LG ultra-wide monitor. This is a 34-inch with the LG OLED C1 TV mounted above. That's a 48-inch. That's a good size complement here. It doesn't, overtake the setup. It's not overbearing. Definitely works great as an overhead. And for the peripherals, another great example of matching everything all white. We have the Keychron V1, loving how clean that looks, with the glorious Model 02 wireless. And then for audio, we have the Razer Blackshark V2 headset, in addition to the Sonos Play 1 wireless speaker he also has up on the desk. Now powering everything, 2 different use cases here. Here's a MacBook Pro 16-inch, it's the M3 Max model, and of course, a really nice custom PC, which like I showed you before with those wooden accents, really ties into the rest of the setup. Love this case. It's the Fractal Design North. It's an ATX case with an AMD Ryzen 7 7700X CPU with an NZXT Kraken 240 RGB AIO. 32 gigs of G-Skills Ripjaws S5 RAM with an Asus Strix B650A motherboard and a Sapphire Pure RX 7800 XT GPU inside. Literally just the perfect build to complement the entire room here. Speaking of the entire room, right behind the setup, another spot. Kick back, chill, relax, love the prints, love the fake plant, loving that little coffee table here. Looks great at daytime and at nighttime when all the RGB is on. Nice accented colors, which extends over to the setup as well with some RGB backlighting behind the desk and the monitor. Really killer stuff here from Danny's Visuals. You can really appreciate a nice setup like this when you take a look and you see all that gear and there's practically zero cable clutter anywhere, especially underneath the desk. That is an outstanding job at cable management. 10 out of 10. Setup number 4 from Minostrith, continuing that wooden accent theme, and another banger, 4 for 4 today. This is wild, just super nice looking, another great bedroom setup, and it appears to be right next to the bed as well. So it all seems sort of connected here with that wooden backboard, then possibly being a headboard. This crazy built-in unit looks amazing. Another setup with some stacked monitors, always love it. However, no LG this time around. The 34-inch is from Xiaomi, and the 27-inch up top is from Lenovo. It is the D2730. Both mounted nicely with a monitor riser there underneath, acting as pretty much like an extra shelf on the desk, and obviously tying into the whole wooden theme. Now there's a lot of nice gear here, so checking out the peripherals. This is a custom keyboard. It's the Titan 80, and he has looped Jigwick black switches inside. Those are press play XDA keycaps, and those are hitting on everything in the setup. The blacks, the whites, the orange. Perfect keycap set for this. He also has the glorious Model O wireless mouse. And then for audio, he has the Audio Engine A5 Plus. Yet again, all matching with the wooden theme here. Those look really nice. With the Philips SHP 9500 headphones, one of the best budget pairs of all time. Absolutely love those. And it's got the microphone mounted right there as well, with it being the Rode VideoMic NTG. Now you're probably wondering, where is this PC? What is the beast powering this? And it's not seen because it doesn't exist. This is a killer laptop setup, powered by the Lenovo Legion 5. Inside's a Ryzen 7 5800H and an RTX 3050 Ti. So you can have a crazy nice setup like this being powered by a laptop. Don't let anything stop you from building a badass setup. And in this case, it does work out because there's not a lot of extra, real estate on the desk to fit a PC. Maybe a nice small form factor case would have worked here, sure. But due to the way it's laid out here in the room, with the bed right next to the setup, just not enough room for a tower. So with it being a laptop setup, it works out and it's pulled off beautifully. Got some camera gear, some lighting up on the shelf off to the side. These are the type of setups that make me, refreshed when it comes to doing this series. I take months off from putting out new episodes because after a while, all the setups and all the specs and gear, it all just gets repetitive. It's the ones that, rejuvenate me, that I love to see, that get me pumped to do these again. And this, definitely one of them. Another 10 out of 10. Then lastly, we have Ben today with a setup that does the most with the space it's provided. So we've got a Harry Potter setup here because this is directly under the stairs. You can see where it sort of cuts in off to the side. So really not a lot of room, but with the L-shaped desk, the ultra-wide monitor, the PC in the corner, you still manage to pull off a really nice workspace with a relatively limited area. For the gear, Ben's got a Samsung Odyssey, the massive 49-inch G9 ultra-wide monitor there with a light bar up top. That's gonna help him save actual, desk space by not having a lamp, so a nice light bar, gonna work out nicely. And for the rest of the peripherals, we have an Asus ROG Aorus GK2000 keyboard with the ROG Spatha wireless mouse. He's got the Logitech G560 speakers in the back, those LightSync RGB speakers, and then off to the side you can see mounted on the shelf are his SteelSeries Arctis Pro wireless headset too. The game DAC to control the headset is kept off to the side right next to his PC with also a little screen there for, probably with like IDA64 for monitoring temps and all that stuff. That's kept in a cool Thanos Lego arm. But yeah, all next to the custom water-cooled PC, which looks absolutely badass inside the Antec Torque case. So he has a Ryzen 9 3900X CPU. Again, a custom loop job here from EK. Really clean hardline tubing with what seems to be like a pastel purple coolant on the inside, matching to the RGB and the custom braided cables. But he has a tough gaming X570 Plus motherboard, 16 gigs of Gigabyte Aorus RAM, and a NVIDIA 3080 Ti Founders Edition here, also with a custom edition EK water block on it. Cable management kept nice and tidy behind the desk. Everything is mounted up so it's not drooping on the floor. Because again, if you were to have a lot of cables and all this excess stuff lying around, it would give this relatively smaller space, it would just seem a lot more cramped and messy than it really is. So a really good job building a nice setup with the space you have under the stairs. I call that the Harry Potter setup, but this is definitely, more Avengers, Marvel themed here with the Thanos arm, the Avengers sort of shadow box up on the wall, but really good stuff, Ben. So all right guys, that'll wrap it up for this episode of Room Tour Project, episode 278. Hope you all enjoyed. If you saw anything you like, talking any gear or hardware you saw in these setups you want to add to yours, I'll have them all listed for you guys in the description down below so you can check it out. If you like this episode, you want to see more frequently, give it a big thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on all socials at randomfrankp. And lastly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a good day.